Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of CKA Lab 13. When I left off, I had messed up the name of the service that I was supposed to create. So I'm going to delete that service, my-dep, and I'm going to recreate that. I believe, let's look at that. Let's do k-expose. Actually, it should be here, actually. Dash name of the new create object. See, is that it? Yeah, name. Okay. So if we do the same thing, except this time we're going to give it a name that the requirement asks for. We're going to call it svc-atlanta. This is, I have all the requirements. Name, NodePort 80, type NodePort. Yep, I think that should do it. Expose that service, port 80, target port. Yeah, this should be 800 because that's where nginx runs. Target port is basically the backend port. All right, so that should do the trick. Let's see, let's do k get svc minus oy to get more some details. That's the name, type NodePort. Port is 80. It's assigned the port on the NodePort itself. That's a whole different conversation. There's a different lab for that. Anyhow, so that is running. Because we chose to do expose, the pod should automatically match. So we can move on to the next requirement, which is port forward to that service. So let's get some help on port forward. Yep, -h. Let's see. How do we do that? Port forward, not pod. In this case, a service. Okay. So this is an example of a service. Port forward service dash name of the service which you have, and port 80. I don't know what this HTTP is doing over there. I'm going to try 80 and see what happens. Oh, no. So this is the local port. This is the port on the Mac. So we will do this. We will say k port dash forward. If I could type forward, and then service dash svc dash Atlanta. That is the name of the service. We got that, and the local port. So in this case, 8080, and remote port, which is 80, because that's the port we chose to do. Let's see if that works. If that doesn't, then we have to give it the port that it gave us. Let's got that. Okay, it's forwarding. Now let's see if we can hit it. So if we go to our Firefox here, local host.8080. Yeah, there it is. So we could hit that web service, nginx, from our Mac. So the idea is this. We created a service that points to a deployment, that points to an nginx pod, or 3 pods. So and then we basically created a tunnel, a port 8080 on my Mac that redirects us to the port 80 of the NodePort on the cluster, which has a public IP. So when I hit localhost 8080, I get forwarded to the node on that on the cluster that has port 80 open. That points to deployment, that points to nginx, and we get this page. So I hope you found this lab useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. That helps me a lot with the algorithms. And I will see you in lab 14.